Hey guys, I'm back. What a whirlwind, yes. I'm back from London. You saw some pictures that I posted in my community little clip page part of the YouTube. You can see community under my banner. It was a great trip. I had a great time with my son. Very exhausting because I walked 56 miles, 133 steps. 133,000 steps. A lot of walking. Here's a couple of my observations about London. Great city, friendly. I mean, I lived in New York City for a long time, so it kind of reminds me of New York too. Only New Yorkers are a little more, shall we say, it's not that they're not nice, they're just a little more reserved, okay? Because I met plenty of New Yorkers that are nice. It's easy to get around on the tube, the subway that they have there. I did find that they don't really like salad greens, I think. That's my observation. I mean, somebody from here, somebody who's from London is going to say, what are you talking about? Well, like all these little places all these to-go places and things I can grab a quick bite to eat. I didn't really see like great salad options. Like they were the weird salads. It was with tuna or some kind of, one was like a chicken Caesar salad, but only the dressing wasn't Caesar. It was ranch, which is kind of funny. So I did finally find some like place to eat. We went to a creperie near the Victoria and Albert Museum, and they had crepes, and I had salad there. And it was a kind of place around the corner from us. The salad was okay. I wouldn't say it was great, but yeah, I think I came home and I had to eat like salads, get my green fix in. And there's a lot of patisseries, and the most amazing thing that was like, I just kept on saying to my son that like, in the United States, they always joke about having a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts around here, like every corner. In London, there literally is like a gelato place in every corner. You guys love your ice cream. What is it about ice cream in London? I don't know. I don't even think Italy has that much ice cream. I've been to Italy many times, and it's like, I don't remember seeing like a gelato place like every corner. But there is one in every corner in London. And if there isn't an actual physical place, they have like food trucks with gelato. Like at the Tower of London, there were food trucks. Guys love your ice cream. And like I'm trying to watch my calories and weight these days, so it's like that's not happening. But it's pretty funny that we were like joking about how there was like an ice cream place everywhere. We tried to get like as many things as possible. We took an excursion to Stonehenge, Bath, and Windsor Castle. To me, it felt super rushed because I tried, did three sites in one day. And when we got to Windsor Castle, it's a Thursday. On Thursdays, they have the changing of the guards, which means you have less time in the castle. So we literally had to go whip right through it, get out, and then they had the changing of the guard. Otherwise, we wouldn't see anything. So I kind of was disappointed on that one because I didn't have enough time to go through the rooms that we can go through to see that. And then change the guard was okay, it was nice, but I would have liked to see more of the castle. So if you don't get out through the gate in a certain time, you're stuck behind it until they finish, and then the tour bus is going to leave without you. So that was not good. So then we went to Stonehenge after that, which was kind of cool, to see the stones in person. Like, because you can't get close to them. Like, they're pretty roped off far away. You could take pictures of them. I think back in like the 80s you could. I can't remember. I had friends who went over there, but I can't remember if they did or not. So that was a nice and warm day to go to Stonehenge. It wasn't fairly windy at all. We got a really good day for that, which is nice. And I think our bus driver was a little crazy driver, but maybe that's how they drive there. Because I'm like, we're driving pretty fast on this bus to go up and down these little country roads, but whatever. And then we went to Bath, which I would have loved to spend a lot more time in. I mean, that's where they shoot a lot of the Bridgerton scenes, and I'm a big Bridgerton fan. I don't know about you. I posted on my Instagram stories one of the sites like where they have the modiste in Bridgerton. I took a picture of that. I missed Lady Danbury's house because I didn't know I couldn't find the street because the guy didn't really tell me where the street was, and we didn't have much time there either because we wanted to see the room in Bath, and then they had to get back on the bus. So kind of bummed about that, and I would totally spend like a night there because it was a beautiful town, lots to see, and I was like kind of disappointed. So it was like a whirlwind day for that excursion. And everything else was like walking. We went up to the top of the Shard, which is like that tall, like like pointy triangular building, which is kind of cool. I mean, it's expensive to go up there, but then there's a cool bar up there, so it was kind of worth it. And then the London Eye, and then Westminster Abbey took a long time. My son really like his friend told him about like they buried, which I didn't know this. They buried people in there, so you have kings and queens that are buried there. So that was kind of cool. Oh, and like the first day, actual physical day, we actually would see that stuff on the Tuesday. Was it Tuesday, Wednesday? Wednesday. The British Museum we went to. We had to go back like 3 times because my son wanted to see more stuff there. We were supposed to go Wednesday. We did half day and then go to our high tea and then go bop around. Everything got all messed up because I messed up the high tea place. We were supposed to go to Ford and Mason, and I went to the wrong one. I went to a kiosk one instead of the actual physical store, which is in the Piccadilly area. So yeah, we got lucky to reschedule that for Friday, and we did our high tea, which I showed a picture of you in the community. That was very exciting. The place is absolutely like beautiful. It kind of reminds me of like Tiffany, like Tiffany blue, but only it's like blue green. Really nice experience. Loved it. I mean, we stayed like 2 hours. I think you have supposed to stay an hour max of 1 hour and 45 minutes. We stayed 2 hours. And then we went shopping after that. I went to Liberty of London, got myself a cute little pocketbook. He went and got some clothes. It was a beautiful day for that day also. It was like around 72 or 73, I can't remember. We got some really great weather. It was worse here where I live than there. So I haven't been painting or drawing for over a week. And I found myself like exhausted and almost like I had some, like my blood pressure was pretty high before I left because of all the stress of creating all the videos before I had to go. So I'm rethinking about how I'm going to do YouTube coming forward because it's a lot of work. I'm missing out doing a lot of my actual regular work, and all that work I had to get done for just leaving for 7 days was so much work that I can't be doing that ever again. So you're going to see maybe a little bit less of me on YouTube. Same on Patreon. I'm going to change up Patreon a little bit more because it's a paying subscription where people go and support me, so I feel like that they will be getting more of the tutorials that I would be, for instance, I posted a picture of this beautiful house in Notting Hill, which is kind of next to Kensington Garden, it's pretty famous for their wisteria and the pink door. I'll be doing that tutorial on my Patreon because people are supporting me on there, and I just feel like it's more suited for something like that because it's a longer video. It would have to be a longer video. Anyway, so we'll be talking about this further down the line. I do want to mention, because I haven't talked about this at all on my YouTube, but I've mentioned it on Patreon and other places, that I have an art retreat coming up in September in France, and I have 2 spots left, 2. And this is going to be a great opportunity if you wanted to hang out with me for I think it's 8 days, 7 or 8 days of painting. I don't know if it's maybe 8 days of painting, maybe 7 days of painting. I have to look at my thing. I'm sorry, I'm so jet lagged, I'm not thinking straight. So, we have excursions as well, and it's not all painting, but the place is beautiful. La Jugie, it's in Limoges area, 3 hours south of Paris. So you could fly into Paris, maybe spend a day or 2 there, and then take a train down to Limoges, and then the retreat people will pick you up and bring you to the manor. And vice versa, bring you back to the train station, and then you take the train to Paris, and then go from there to your flight. The place is absolutely beautiful. I picked this place because I love the surroundings. I mean, I could actually do a whole bunch of tutorials on the place itself, but you're going to be one-on-one time with me. I'm talking about not just painting, but how to create a collection if you're interested in doing that. How you can take your paintings and turn them into if you wanted to start selling them on cards or products. I could talk about that easily to you, how that works. I've been doing this for 25 years. I've been licensing my art. I'm not going to really have a licensing course on this retreat, but just delve into how you can just basically, if you start to get more confident with your stuff and you feel like maybe I could sell my own stuff, then I could talk about that in the course. And we'll be doing some plein air painting. Like I said, we're doing some excursions. There's a chef on site, so the food's going to be amazing with some local wines. And it's just took me a great it's a small retreat, so that it's limited to 15 people. So it's just going to be a nice little tight community of people hanging out in this retreat. So 2 spots left. It's in the, you can see, I have a link in the description box I'll put in there. You can check it out. Now, the 2 spots are in like a 3-person room. Now, some people might freak out about that because of like COVID and stuff like that. But, I personally would be comfortable because pretty much everyone who's going on this trip has been taken care of. So, and there's a COVID-free policy also, so that if you happen to come down with COVID, you get fully refunded. So I think that's a great policy. But it's just going to be fabulous. I mean, after I just went to London and experienced being overseas for the first time in a long time because I had children and I couldn't travel like that anymore. I'm just like, I can't wait to keep going back and traveling. It's like, it's amazing. I wasn't fearful at all. I mean, London was very open. You rarely saw people with masks, even on the trains. I didn't see them on the plane, really. I mean, I wore mine in places that I felt that it was, I didn't want to be around crowded people. But, it depends on your level of comfort. So I totally fine, negative, all that stuff coming back. So I think people will slowly come out of their fear bubble of traveling again. So I wouldn't, if you're done the precautions, you should be fine. But it's going to be a fabulous time. It's going to be like warm weather that time of year. There's a beautiful in-ground pool. I mean, it's not all about painting. We're going to relax too and have a good time. So enough about the retreat, but you can check out the link description box. But I'll be doing more of these in the coming years. Next year, I plan on trying to do 2, maybe 1 in France, maybe 1 in Italy or Spain. I think I'm leaning towards Italy because I miss Italy. And after watching Stanley Tucci again on CNN, I'm like, I have to go back to Italy. I love Italy, So that's what I'm doing. People are asking me if I'm going to do one in the United States. Not unless a company can set it up for me, because like I couldn't even get these videos out for going away for 7 days. I can't even imagine like trying to do my work, do YouTube, Patreon, and setting up a whole retreat where there could be tons and tons of questions and emails and all this stuff. It's just not going to happen unless there's a company that takes care of it for me. So I'm sorry, guys, but it's just, I have to make my life easy. It's just that whole incidence of me doing all the videos before I was going away was so stressful that my blood pressure was pretty bad. So I'm not going to do that ever again. I don't like to be in a danger zone for anything. So what do you do when you go away like I did and you come back and you're like, I haven't painted in like 7 days, because I mean, some people can paint when they're on vacation, but if you, like I was doing, you're constantly walking around and seeing stuff and you come back and you're exhausted, you don't have time for that. So we're going to just take out some brushes and some color and some paper and play. I'm going to be flipping the camera. We're going to be going over and looking at the paper that I have, using arch probably most likely, and then some brushes. So I would normally just start by just painting shapes or flowers, maybe some maybe animals or objects, things like that. Or you can just play with the color itself. You can just paint stripes and circles and then go from there and use pen and ink. It's basically getting your, it's like riding the bike again, getting back on the bike and trying to get those wheels going. And then, okay, once you get confident, like, okay, I can ride the bike, or sometimes no hands, right? Well, I don't know about my age doing no hands, but definitely, getting the fear or just getting loose again, painting. So on that note, after I just talked about all my nonsense there, well, it's not nonsense, but we're gonna start some painting just to get breaking in again. So I have been thinking about what I would paint, and I'm just thinking I'm gonna just stick with color, have fun with color, maybe put some objects, maybe put some animals and flowers and see what happens. So again, if you have any questions about the retreat, you click on the retreat and ask the people of Utrecht. They answer all the questions. I can't answer them for you because they're the professional ones who can tell you everything you need to know about it, any concerns you have, like all that stuff, all the accommodations and whatnot. So if you go on Utrecht.com and you'll see my retreat as well as seeing in the link here, you ask them all the questions and they'll be happy to answer them. They can answer all that stuff for you. So without further ado, let's get back painting again. And here we go. So I'm going to play around with different supplies. I'm going to play around my 3/4 inch Velvet Touch Series flat wash brush. I have my Arch 100% cotton cold pressed paper here, paper towels, all these colors. I have the bright rose here, the cadmium deep. I mixed cadmium deep with peacock to get this green, and then I put the same green over here, and I add Prussian blue. I use the same greens all the time. I talk about this in every single video I have, so then just use whatever colors you have. I have ultramarine blue and this violet here. I'm gonna grab some of this blue with my brush. I'm just gonna play with my brush and maybe make some kind of cool like looking flowers and shapes. Just hold it on the side. Grab the water. See what kind of flowers I can come up with just by playing with the brush. See? Just a little play time. Just holding it on the side and kind of push down here. This is what you're supposed to be doing with watercolor when you like first get it. You like, doesn't have to be serious. I'm grabbing some of the this is verdtier blue and this is the that violet color, lavender color, whatever. I'm just playing around with the color. See? And then mix that color and made like a nice light purple. As you can see, I'm in this purple phase. I don't know why. I came back and I did paint some acrylic on my other channel, which I just do demos. I don't do voiceovers because that's so much work to do all this. And I think I was really inspired by those wisteria vines. They're so beautiful. So here I'm just kind of tapping on its side, playing with this, kind of pushing the color around. You can make all different kinds of shapes just by tapping, see? Tap, tap, tap. What can you make? Grab the blue on the same brush. Tap, tap, tap. You can make like almost like lilac. Oh, we went to, as we were walking back from our bus tour that day over in this Kensington area, over near Harrods, there was a little park in front of this section of row homes, and it had some beautiful lavender. Now, normally on Mother's Day, the past couple of years, I've been going to Arnold Arboretum here in Massachusetts, and they have this insane collection of lilac trees. So I missed out this year, but just smelling that in London was just perfect. So I'm just gonna play around with these colors, see? Just tapping on the side, by the way. This big brush. Don't let these brushes fool you of intimidation. Little taps. See? Tap, tap. You can create little dot taps with the same brush. You didn't think you could, but you could. Okay. Little ones. Again. It's amazing what you can do with different brushes, right? You don't have to use a round brush for everything. Twist it. Look at that. Twist. Twist and turn. Twist and shout. Now if I add a little of that rose, whoa, in the corner of my brush. Look at that. More fuchsia, right? All right, at this stage, I put enough flowers in. Let's grab some greens. I'm still gonna use this brush. And I'm gonna hold it on the side to make some stems. Woohoo! Kind of connect them. Look at that. This is really taking zero effort, guys. Holding it like this. Up and down, straight up and down. And then to make leaves, watch me do that. Twist. You see I twisted that? Twist, 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 twist. Did that take a lot of effort? Zero. Grabbing the yellow and this dark green, tapping close to, I'm gonna grab some more Prussian blue. Right to the flower here, the bottom. And you can make some darker leaves and grab some more yellow. Same twisty movement. More vines. Now, obviously you can change the brush anytime you want. I'm just showing you, like, don't be intimidated by any brush you see. Okay, maybe one of them I had that I showed you, that crazy brush, that was that weird brush. I forget the name of it, but as I'm so jet lagged, my brain is not thinking properly sometimes. Did you see how fast that was? 5 minutes. I'm looking at the timer here. 5 minutes that took to make something cute. Now I have to finish it. This is just getting me loose warmed up. If you hear that noise, it's my dog barking. I could tell him to shut up, but then I'd have to make a lot of noise, wouldn't I? Gonna grab a little more yellow. Woo, that's really light yellow. Get in here. Just see, I'm just doing this little tippy taps. Tippy tap tap. Tiptoe through the tulips. These are not tulips. So I got this nice chartreuse green color. It's a very yellow green. Just gonna brighten up right next to the purple because yellow and purple are opposite. They complement each other. So when you get those two colors together, you see how they pop. So just making these little dashes. I'm gonna grab some peacock blue, get that like green again. And I'm gonna put some more little stems kind of out here. Maybe some little ones down here, kind of group of them. Right? So it's like on the grass. Like they're wild in the grass. It really took zero effort to do this. Now we're on the 6-minute mark. Getting close to done, I would say. This is just a loose exercise. This is not something that's serious. I might grab some, clean up my brush a little bit. Burnt umber, put on my brush. A little brown. Can make a little more vines coming out here, little stems. And then I'll put some little ditzy flowers on those. So at this point, I might grab like my Princeton 8 round, sorry, here it is. And go back with these colors. Get rid of some of that green that messed up in my ultramarine blue. And we can put this beautiful color here. Look at that pretty purple. Little ditzy. So it's just tapping down with your brush. Because this is round, you're going to see more round shapes. You do like a cluster here. See that? You can go in and add some ultramarine blue too. And then you have like these little ditzy flowers. Same thing up here. You can make a little bit rounder. They're cute. Kind of like forget-me-nots. I don't know if you know that flower, but I saw a bunch of those in the garden by Buckingham Palace. So I'm going to go back and grab this. We saw some really pretty birds over there too. Just making little marks to get some more depth in this flower. Same here. Squiggly marks, and then I'm going to grab this blue and maybe add more deep blue in the center and little dots out here. Let's have some fun. Little dots. Push down a little bit. See? So like the stamen kind of in the middle. Just pretend stamen. This is just like a wildflower, kind of fun little playing around. Add some of that purple in here. See, I'm just going through here, trying to add some more small little ditzy flowers. If you want to mix a fuchsia color, you can add that bright rose. Get more of a fuchsia color and put some of that in. Just to round out the purples with a little pink purple. Maybe a little bit more bright rose. Ooh, that just pops, right? Again, I'm just tapping little circles. Tap, tap, tap. There's really nothing to it to create that. Round, round. If you want to put a yellow center, just tap a yellow color in there. I'm getting close to done here. Getting my blues. So I'm going to do some like squiggle linear lines. Then grab my brush, tap in some dark blue. Just like that. Put the blue in the center of these ones. And then this one requires a little more blue. So this is ultramarine deep. I'll just go in here and make these little squiggle marks. This is what I would call very loose, expressionistic flower. Just having fun. All right, and like I said, you can grab some of the yellow straight from the tube. Put a little yellow in the center of some of these if you want to play around with the yellow. Not everywhere, just some of them. Ooh, the lighting. fickle. A little yellow in here. And that's that. That is really simple. It took 10 minutes to do this. Add a little yellow in here. This is just to get you loose. You want to add a little couple of yellow flowers coming out here just to balance the purple. Play around with it. And there you go. So we're talking about what to do when you've gone away and I haven't figured out what to paint. I always go to flowers. I don't know why. I could have done some objects, but or just plain out color. Oh, see? That's the Prussian blue. I'm going to add some green to that. It was too blue. Make it a little bit darker. Can add some actual leaves down here. Right? Leaves of movement. See how it's kind of like that? It's just different. Play, guys. It's all about fun. And then once you get used to playing with your brushes again and your colors, then you can go back to painting the more serious stuff that you want to do. So I hope you enjoyed this little fun little doodad. Have any questions, leave them in the comment section. Tell me what is your favorite thing to do when you come back from a trip. Is it painting color? Is it painting flowers? What is it? What gets your, what helps get you loose again painting? Or if you need more suggestions, ask some questions. And that's that, guys. So take care. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification button if you haven't already. And thanks for coming by my channel. I appreciate you so much. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.